Hello and welcome to Baduk One channel, and today I would like to share some feedback on my teaching game with Blackie or Kim Seungjun, 9-dan professional from Hanguk from South Korea. And this teaching game we played today. But before I will jump to game and especially to his commentaries, I would like to show you this game between Guzi Hao and Kyoje. It was played probably a couple of weeks ago or maybe last week. I just want briefly to show you a Joseki played here because we played the same one in our teaching game. So here we can see that white invades Samsam and then black blocks and then Keima, attach and then Hane and then this move. So what happened in this Joseki? White cuts here, now black has to extend, and then white connects here, black defends, and then this move. And this move is regarded like very painful for black and extremely good move for white. So what happened in actual game? Kyoje played black, as you can see from information, and then Kuzi Hao played this move, forcing black to play Atari here, and then throwed in this move. Now Atari and this, and then Atari from here, and it became very complicated stuff. So as for me, when I meet something complicated in top professional games, I'm trying to relay the same position maybe 5 to 10 times until I memorize it, and when I understand that I memorized it, I can ask my professional teacher some question about this. Okay, now let me go back to our teaching game. So with Blackie we already had 12 teaching games, and now we started a new cycle. In these teaching games we play one stone handicap, meaning that white has 0.5 common. And of course Blackie is stronger like 3-4 stones, but I would like to strengthen my Fuseki, and this is why I asked him to play this kind of games with me. And also please comment what do you think about this idea of sharing my experience. First I'm showing the game itself, and after that all variations that you can see in SGF file, these variations are from him. So I think this kind of information is very valuable, since it is 9-dan professional commentary. Now, okay, let me go briefly through the game. So I played black, as I already mentioned, and then white played this stuff, and then I Kakari, and white Tanukit and played move here. So actually I didn't know what should I do here, to play this direction like Keima at Q14, or to pincer white stone. So or even to Tanuki and play something on the bottom. So in this kind of situation, if there is a 4-4 stone in the board, I always invade. So here also I invaded to see what will happen, and it is also a bit tricky for white because in this position it is a bit difficult for white to choose which side to extend. Then white played this and I played here, and white jumped. And because this ladder from here is missing this stone, I mean this stone doesn't work for black as a ladder breaker, I cannot play variation that is well known from Kyoje versus AlphaGo game. And for this reason I decided to play that variation that I showed you before from Guzi Hao and Kyoje game. It was this one, and then this one, and here it is always all the same until this place. And here Blackie took couple minutes, you can see 16:52 when I connected, and his next move was this one, and he fought like 2 minutes. Yes, 2 minutes for 9-dan professional in Joseki is good timing, and I was super shocked by this move. I even wrote wow, as you can see. And Blackie said that this move was recently found by Korean professionals, and it is kind of new joseki. Okay, I will come back to variations a bit later. So here I just decided to connect, and then White also killed Aji in the top side, and then I finally played here because I didn't want to jump inside because White would jump, I will jump, and I would have already a weak group inside his moya. And as I said, we already played 12 games, and in all my games that I gave White an opportunity to build a moyo, all those games were very painful for me. So I didn't want to repeat that stuff. And here I just played this move to avoid some kind of fight on the top, okay? And then White immediately played this move, and this move has double purpose. From one side it can jump to R12, which is a weak point of my Keima shape, and from another point it can jump to Kakari, my bottom right stone, okay? So what happened, I decided to play this Ogema Simari, and then White immediately played here. And before I had some problems with this shape in my games, and Alexander Dinostein told me that here, after exchange, black Honte move, maybe a bit slow, but Honte move is to play here. Okay, but actually I didn't want to exchange to make this exchange Q17 for P16. I thought that in this fashion I will help White to build territory on the top. So I skipped that and I directly played this move here. But this looks, again, it was the first time in my life I tried this, okay? Then I asked Alexander Dinostein what does he think about this move, and he said usually it is of course played after Kosumitsuke, because in this situation White has very painful Keima at R18, and indeed in our game Blackie played here, okay? So this is kind of really painful situation for Black, and now but since I already protected my weakness and I have a stone here, then I have an opportunity to put some pressure on this white stone. So I decided to play Keima here, and Blackie said that it is a good move for Black. Then White jumped out, and I played this shoulder hit, which he also found very interesting idea. And finally he decided to play here. I jumped, and after this I protected the cut. So finally he said that this is a good shape for Black. Then we came back to lower left, and he attached, I hane, he pulled back, and in this position I didn't know what to do, so I decided to jump here. And we already tested this jump in couple of our games that we played, and it was an interesting move. Usually it was played in an empty board, in order to emphasize a moyo strategy for Black. But in this particular case, I thought since White has these three stones that I can later attack, I should somehow have some stones in center. Then he played here. Since if White will skip this move and Black will play here himself, it will be quite big spot for Black. And then I came back one more time to d7. White protected his weakness, and then I didn't know what to play on the left side or somewhere on the bottom, or what to do, and I decided to attach. And then it was like this. It was hane and extend, and hane one more time, extend, connect, and then of course I expected k3 pip, but he didn't play that move. He played this move, c8, which is super severe. I missed this move because, how to say, it is really cool because it attacks Black 4 stones Plus, it makes safe territory on the left for white. Black cannot pincer this stone because it has always connection on the second line of b6, as we know. So here I was kind of forced. So first I prevented his connection on the bottom to reduce some territory for Yose. So it was like this, and then I pushed here, he extended, and then I attached. Then Hane, push here. It is standard stuff, threatening to capture two white stones if white will ignore. And then white connected, I extended, and he also extended. And up to this point, Blackie said that this game is kind of even, that I handled very well. But from this point, I overplayed. So this was my first overplay. And then, of course, white cut, and I extend, and he also extend, then Hane, jump, and then I play with Tesuji to make his shape bad shape. Then he connect, and I play here. And even at this point, I felt very good. I felt like super. Then he jump, I extend, he connect, and then I play this move to take more liberties from white. Then he jump, and I attach. I attach because, as you remember, at point when I was jumping to G6, I was considering a later attack on this group. And now, when I see that these groups are almost connected, I decided to use my last chance, kind of, to see how white will respond. This is why I attached. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. So this is why I attached, but after he played Hane here, I really became a bit scary because we know that Ogema Simari is kind of thin shape with numerous Aji inside, and I decided to Tanuki and to put one more stone here to reduce Aji inside the corner. And then white just played here, and I think I Tanuki again. I was looking at this shape on the top left, and I played here. I thought white will connect, but white did not connect. White, of course, played this move, and it is already bad exchange for black because first I gave him points, and second, with this extension, my free stones became weaker. So then I played this move, and he played this, and some stuff. I was happy to finish in center, and then I came back here because I thought if I will simply connect, then white will peep, I will connect, and he will attach, and it will be some kind of miai between surviving on the bottom or surviving inside the corner. So I decided to protect the corner and play this move, which looks a bit slow and over defensive maybe, but again I'm playing against 9-dan professional, so I decided to play this one. Then he jumped inside, and at this point already game is over for black. White simply has more points, but then I found this situation, this opportunity to cut out one stone later, and Blackie ignored it. So he played here, and then I extended one more time to threaten this cut in this shape, because actually his Magari here, this turn, it not only it pressures my bottom stones, but also it threatens to attack severely my whole group here. We will see that in commentaries later. And then I extended, he extended, and I played here kind of peep to cut. Then he played here, and I decided to play Atari, and he played this move. Then I capture, he Atari, and I play here, meaning that this one stone is already cut out. And it is quite big, quite local success for black. Yes, but what happened later? He played this Tesuji. It was a weak point always here, but I was hoping that I will have time to protect it. Then, okay, I didn't have enough time, so I was forced to play Hane, and he captured this two stones. And then I played this move. And here he decided to Atari from this side, I connect, and then he Sagari once. And now black cannot really cut because white will throw in, then Atari, and connect. And black will die. So I have to protect, and then he also protected his 4 stones. And then I decided to cut out his 3 stones. So in this position, he said he made a big mistake, that he didn't sacrifice 4 stones, but instead gave me opportunity to capture the whole bottom side. But since there is some agi of cutting out these 3 stones, and white is super strong everywhere, plus there is later this capture threatening to capture here, meaning black will have to protect, and these 2 stones will have only 2 liberties. This also has some agi, and we will see how it worked out. So, and white played this move, which is like Yosete Suji, we can say, and I push here. And now we have kind of Yose stuff happening. Yes, he push, I play here, something like that. Atari, I connect, he captured 1 stone, and I kill Aji. And then, okay, and then this move, finally. And I didn't know what to do, so I decided to attach. And then he played here, and I thought that Kosumi will work. So he pushed one time, then I play this move. And then he played this, and it was an interesting situation. Now this move makes me eye between capturing these 5 stones or capturing these stones. So in this position, I played a couple more moves, but already no chance after this cut. So here I resigned. Okay, now we can we go back to the beginning and to see what happened, what variations did we consider. So up to this point, I was asking him what is an alternative for my Sansan invasion. So he said, it is normal if you play here. He asked me why I didn't play here. Then I said that I was afraid that if I will play there, you will press down my stones. But he said, it is anyway a Joseki. I said yes, but all our games were when you had some moyo. For example, if we continue this, yes, just an example, yes, all these kind of games ended pretty much badly for me, because I was invading and dying epically. So I didn't want him to make some moyo, and this is why I just invaded to see what will happen. And then he played this move, and if I play this Joseki from Kyoji AlphaGo game, then problem is that white has a ladder. Ladder works for white, but still it is not a big deal. I can play some kind of this, and he will play probably this, and I don't know what to do later, but it would be playable, I think, because there is still some weakness, as we know, around this point, c15 and d14. So I just decided to test a new Joseki for me, the one that I showed you from Kyoji and Guzi Hao game. So I decided to attach, and then he played this move. So nothing much to comment about this Joseki, but let me see this variation. This is just another Joseki from AlphaGo games, but it is not related to our review. And at this point, he said that recently Korean pros, they investigated this kind of move, and it is kind of new Joseki. And here I connected, but he said at this point you should not connect, but you should Atari here. And when white will play this move, already for black no need to protect at e19, black can Tanuki here, and to come back to play like q14, okay? So what else did he tell? He also Okay, so we considered same continuation like in KJ versus Guzi How. It was this. Uh-huh. Okay, but also we are missing this move, and then it was like this, and it was Atari, push, go out, throw, yes, this move, then what happened then? I think that it was like this, and then Atari one more time, and then Atari, excuse me, then capture, then Atari connect, this move, then here, this move, and this. It was in KJ Guzi How game. But in our game it was a different situation, as you can see. White played this beautiful move, and as I explained, after this move at c15, Black can tanuki. Then, coming back to the game, what happened here? He played this and he expected me to play from this side to protect my weak point and to play something like that. But as we saw, I decided to play from another side, and then he jumped here. Then I block, and okay, this I already showed. And here Blackie said that he should push and cut. And after push and cut, we can see that Black has two groups without base, and White is pretty thick. Meaning that this situation is already not so good for Black, especially taking into account that I'm playing against 9-dan professional. And now we go back, and so he said that all these moves that he played locally without push and cut were kind of slack, and gave Black an opportunity to make such a good form, such a good shape, I mean. So what else? Then we go to lower left corner, and then in this, yes, what happened here? So he was asking me why did I play g6 in this situation. So I said that since I didn't want you to, I wanted to attack his stones on the right somehow, and for this I needed some stones in the center, and I decided to play some move like this. But he said okay, but the problem is that after you played this move, now you have to tanuki. You cannot afford to play one more move, because now in this position your move at g6 should be at d10. It would be much better for Black if it was in d10, and now it is not so good. So he said your move g6 is okay only if you will tanuki at this point. Let me see what is this. I was asking if I will play any of these moves, but he will say in both variations I would play f3. So okay, let's continue, and and here also I marked some stones, because I marked some intersections because I was not sure how to play here. And he said here you must play on the left side, and I say, but why do I have to play on the left side, since bottom side looks much bigger to me, because I have already Ogema Simari, and its influence goes towards the bottom side. Also, you have kind of unsettled group yet, so if I will strengthen here, it will make your group weaker, and also if we count spaces between these two stones and these two stones, bottom side is bigger. And then he said it is very easy. He said you should play on left to prevent my attack on starting at c8. So as we can see, after all these exchanges, White plays here, and in this fashion White is building territory while attacking Black. Okay, so let's see how many points did he make here. So we can see around maybe 15 points white made in center while attacking my group. Okay, and then but he said still that it is okay for black if you just jump here and I play here and you will connect, and we will play a long game after this because position is not so bad for black still. But he said that I overplayed, and later we can see the result of this overplay. So he said here locally I played correct, but at this point he expected this move. This move, then white can capture these 3 stones, and if black plays this kind of moyo move, then it is still good for black. I mean, it is better for black than the actual game, but I mean it is kind of, black still has some chance to continue the game. Then I decided to push, and I explained him that I pushed to take more liberties from you, because since I made your shape, I forced you to make a bad shape, and I thought that I can even split your 2 groups. I thought kind of like I'm hunting you. And then after this jump, I'm not sure about this. Maybe he told me, or I was asking, but let me skip this because I'm not sure. And also he was very surprised that I attached here, and after that I played this tenuki. He said, if you attach, why did you tenuki? And when I said, I didn't want you to end up with a stronger position that will automatically make my bottom weaker. So for this I decided, I was feeling like it was my last chance to try to split your groups, but after that I realized that you will end up with strong shape and threaten my Ogema here and bottom side points. So when he played here and I played this, he said not good exchange because black loses points, and also not black loses points but white gaining more points, and also this exchange makes my 3 stones weaker. So okay, this nothing much to speak. And now I played this. He said, of course you should protect. I said, but if I protect, you will peep, and when I connect, you will attach. And I was afraid of some kind of agi. Then he said, okay, now I understand why you played here, but black doesn't have so many points to play like this, very defensive. You kind of should play more active way. Then he jumped here, and we continue. So no commentaries. And then I wrote, oh no, because I really wanted to play here myself. And then he captured my stones. And after this move, he said, of course, I should Atari from this side and then connect. And force black to leave somehow. But already with this shape, very big reduction on bottom. Also, after this, he said that he should sacrifice 4 stones, and again, bottom is reduced. He was really not satisfied with this kind of move that helped to connect his 4 stones and let black to cut out these stones, which is really big. And when he played this Yosete Suji, nothing much to discuss. I was just asking him that this is of course bad if black will play greedily and connect here, then white will simply Atari and play this, and now black is dead. And also if play this move, then white will start this call, also some agi. So, but he said in the game you played good. Then it was this, and yes, it is just Yosei. Yes, and after this move he said game is over. No chance for black to connect 3 stones, and black is too much behind on points. Okay, so let me see if I didn't miss something important here. Okay, this I showed, this also I showed. This also I showed. Yes, this also. And this. Okay, it looks like I showed you all variations from our review. And again, please comment if I need to continue this kind of videos of sharing my teaching games on YouTube here. Because I find it really useful because they have commentaries from mind and professional, meaning that you can see my thinking and my level is 6-7 dan Taigen, we can say 4-5 dan KGS, and I'm explaining my reasoning, and after that we can see reasoning of 9 dan professional. So already you can see big difference between our thinking, which is also which may also occur beneficial for some of the players. Okay, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.